Greetings everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Unclear and today we're talking Destiny 2. We're here with Zur. We have Saint 14 this week to see what weapons are available. Alrighty, if you're new or returning, Zur now is permanently found in the bazaar. So Akora Ray's just down there. Zur is down the corridor next to the ramen shop. Alrighty, let's see what he's selling today. Alrighty. So Zur has the Huckleberry Catalyst and the Lord of Wolves Catalyst, both S tier catalysts this season. Obviously, Lord of Wolves is phenomenal. Huckleberry, on the other hand, is one of those insane weapons that never got its rampage nerf. So it still has a 66% damage rampage. This is now Huck Catalyst now because it kinetic tremors, which is phenomenal. Because on a kill it reloads the magazine, so you get kinetic tremors and a reloading magazine perk, so it's actually a fantastic weapon. So if you do not have the catalyst yet, pick up Lord of Wolves first and then pick up Huckleberry. If you're not really fussed on Lord of Wolves or don't have it, Huckleberry, either one of these catalysts will serve you amazingly. Alright, let's turn into the exotics, and now this reading of exotics is going to be slightly different because now all our stats are changing, so we're going to see what they have to offer. So we have Aeon Swift with Strength Mobility for the Hunter. Pretty fantastic roll. Strength is becoming weapon damage. Strength is being melee damage, so pretty decent stats in both of them, and a little bit of resilience too for health. So not bad. If you don't have one of these, be sure to pick it up. If you check this against your current stat roll and see how it compares. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Alright, Syntheseps with Mobility. 67 stat roll, so it's a pretty even stat roll for this thing. I would still consider it if you're trying to get weapon damage increases in the next DLC. But if you're unsure, comment your stats down below and we'll compare it to these and we'll see if it's worth the switch with the new changes coming. My Warlock friends, 65 stat rolls, Apotheosis Veil. I wouldn't bother, it's too low. 67 sort of the threshold you want to stop with the exotics. That's the lowest you really want to go. But if you don't have it, add it to your collection, so next DLC you can buy some exotics. Alrighty, for offerings we have Enhancement Cores and Prisms. I always pick up the cores because you never know if you're going to need them. And it's better to have some than to have none. Alright, for Strange Gear we have Hawkmoon with Quick Draw, 59 range. Not a bad roll, 64 is the highest I've seen, so this is up there. If you don't have one, this is not a bad one to pick up, but each their own. I'm not a fan of this hand cannon, but I have seen its use increase in Crucible. Now we have the Osiris Regime. It's not a bad weapon. Then we have Skyburner's Oath, Thunderlord. If you are stuck on which weapon to pick, personally I'd always pick up Thunderlord first. Then I'd actually pick up Soros, then Skyburners, then Hawkmoon. But going into the next DLC, Skyburners will be pretty phenomenal. So it might be worth picking up and giving it a try in the next DLC. Damage testing will come as we have the armor, the shooting range, day 1 of the DLC. Righty, down to our weapons. We have the bow, wouldn't bother. Keep confidence, wouldn't bother. Now make sure if it says deep sight available down the bottom, make sure you pick it up and get the pattern, but if you don't have a roll and can't deep sight it, I wouldn't bother with that roll. The Vision with the Pulse Monster Kill Clip, I actually do like this roll. I do like it in Crucible as well. This roll is pretty phenomenal. If you like sidearms, give this one a try in Crucible, you'd be very surprised. Keep Away Precision Instrument on the Persuader, I don't really like that. Sniper Rifle. Falling Guillotine, Relentless Strike Surrounded, decent base sword. So if you do not have a sword because you're a nude player, this is a really good base sword to get yourself started. I do recommend getting swords from Edge of Days of Eternity and Onslaught. But if you don't have any of those yet and you just want a sword to play around with, this is not a bad pick. But bear in mind it will be replaceable really quickly. Less surrounded, at least gives you a damage buff when you have 2 or more enemies around you. Atlantic Stride, Grave Robber Thresh wouldn't bother, and then the Eternity's Edge Sword, this is Terrible Sword, wouldn't bother with that either. Alrighty, in terms of armor, we have 65 there, 65 there, 64 there, 65 there. I won't bother with any of this. If you want to pick up some armor, be sure to check out my video on how to get insane stat rolls. I show you how to get the armor and how to put mods on it to make it absolutely wild. I'll link that down below. Alrighty, and we have Saint 14 this week. So we're going to go see what he is selling and what the map of trials is. Alright, so here was Saint 14. This week's map is on Vostok, so pretty nice map. I'll be trying to go flawless again this week. This week's weapons are Keen Thistle and obviously the Inquisitor Adept. I'm still trying to farm myself for a decent Inquisitor. But Keen Thistle, there's 2 to 3 rolls that I really recommend. I'll jump over and show you those now. So we have the Keen Thistle here. There's a few ways you can go. You can either go for an ammo dumping one, or you can go for something that's going to give you a decent damage output. So if you're like me, you just want something for ammo dumping or just a really solid roll, I kind of ignore the barrel perks. The only thing I really go for is extended mag. In the mix, sorry. I actually go Envious Arsenal bait and switch. It's actually a really fantastic roll. Like, those are actually fantastic rolls. But I also really enjoy the roll triple tap 4 times the charm. Just empty the magazine out and get that damage up there. So I try and use a bait and switch GL or a bait and switch rocket launcher like Hazen's Vengeance. So that means you can just go fire, 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 shoot the rocket, fire, 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 shoot the rocket, fire, 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 and it's just reloading the magazine. So if you get into a damage phase and you kind of forgot to reload, you can kind of fix it there. But yeah, that's the way I would go. So either MPS Arsenal, bait and switch, or triple tap 4 times the charm. They're the ones I really, really enjoy. If you want to go something quite odd, you can always go for Vorpal instead of bait and switch. So MPS Arsenal, Vorpal, or even triple tap Vorpal. Those will all sort of serve you well. Just because it is a secondary weapon, so you don't want to be relying too much on bait and switch. Where at least Vorpal gives you a 15% damage bonus in PvE. So if you're shooting the boss, 15% damage buff just for being in combat. Triple tap, it kind of gives you that. With 4 shots, I think you end up getting 7 shots or 6 shots. Yeah, so it means you can really like shoot and then carry on. So that's how you go. But even MS Arsenal Vorpal is a viable option. It has a pretty good viable options. Is solar. I actually prefer a sniper rifle with Withering Gaze to start damage, to get the damage buff for your teammates without having to rely on a tether. So you can use Golden Gun, but each to their own. That is the rolls this week. That is the map. The map is Vostok, which is the Iron Banner map, for anyone who's unaware. But I hope that helps you guys out. And if you do have any questions regarding Edge of Fate or your builds, be sure to ask me in the comments down below. And if you see the little red circle around my icon, it means I am live and you can come chat to me there as well. Anyway, until next time, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, stay safe, take care, and bye for now.